Welcome to the WordPress Ultimate Security channel. In this video, we will show you how to lock down your login page using the login hardening features inside Ultimate Security and Ultimate Security Pro. The features shown in this video require both Ultimate Security and Ultimate Security Pro to be active on your WordPress site. We start on the Ultimate Security dashboard. This is your main control center. To access the login hardening settings, hover over Settings in the top bar, then go to Login and Authentication, and click on Login Hardening. This setting has three security features working together: custom login URLs, password requirements, and admin password authentication. Right now, we are on the custom login URL setting page. The first option is Enable Custom Login URL. This hides your real WordPress login page from bots and automated attacks. We turn this toggle on. Next is the login page URL field. This is where we choose the new URL. There is a Generate Random Slug button here. Clicking it creates a random address for you. For this demonstration video, we type in a custom URL. Next, you can see the new address in a preview box, so you know exactly what your login page will look like before you save anything. Right above this, you can also copy your new login address. We scroll down to the next setting, Old Login Page URL Redirect. This decides what happens when someone tries to visit your old login page after you have switched to the new one. You can send them to a 404 page, your home page, or a custom address. This site is already set to send visitors to a 404 error page. Below that is Show a Consent message on the login page. This adds a consent checkbox on the login form, so users must agree to the processing of their information before logging in. This is useful if you need to follow privacy rules like GDPR. We turn it on, and a text box appears where we can edit the default message. A live preview shows exactly how the checkbox will look on the real login page. There is even a shortcode you can paste on other pages if you want to show this same consent message somewhere else on your site. Now we reach one of the strongest tools on this page, Login Gate, also called HTTP Auth. This adds a browser-level username and password prompt in front of your WordPress login form. Even if someone knows your custom login address, they still need this extra username and password just to see the WordPress login page. It shows 3 steps to set this up: setting credentials, setting up emergency access, and testing the gate. Before we enable the main toggle switch, we click Set Credentials at first. A window pops up warning that these credentials are stored as a hash and cannot be recovered later, so we need to save them somewhere safe. We type in a username and a password, then confirm the password, and save it. Once saved, the first step turns green with a check mark, showing our credentials are stored. If you made any mistake when setting up the credentials, initially you can change them or clear them right from here. Click on the refresh status, make the changes up to date. Then we turn on the toggle to activate the login gate. All 3 steps now show as complete, and the test gate step becomes active. Next, we see the realm field, which is just the message shown in that browser login prompt, and a toggle to also protect the wplogin.php address. A table shows exactly which areas are now protected, the WordPress admin area, and the default login URL, both now guarded by HTTP Auth. Next, we set failed attempts before lockout and lockout duration in minutes. These control how many wrong tries someone gets before they are temporarily blocked and how long that block lasts. Now we click the toggle to enable it. We also see a Trusted IP Addresses box, where you can list IP addresses that should never be blocked. Below that, a box shows current IP failures with a button to clear lockout if you ever get blocked by mistake. Before finishing, we head to Emergency Access. This gives us a special deactivation link. We can use the link to disable the plugin if we ever get locked out of our own site. We click Regenerate URL to create a new one. A pop-up lets us know the old deactivation link will stop working once we do this, so we confirm and generate the new one, then copy it right away. With everything set, we scroll back up to save all our changes. A success message confirms the custom login URL is now active and shows us the exact new address to bookmark. Now let's test it. First, we open a new browsing window and try the old login address. Instead of the default WordPress login form, we get a page telling us it does not exist, since visitors are now redirected away from the old address. Next, we type in our new custom login address, and just as we set up, the browser shows that login gate prompt first. We type in the HTTP auth username and password we created earlier, and only after that do we see the WordPress login form, along with our consent checkbox. We also test the Lost Your Password link, and it correctly opens on our new custom address instead of the old default one. Finally, we go back, type in our WordPress username and password, check the consent box, and log in. We log in safely on the WordPress dashboard, which confirms the entire setup works from start to finish. Now let's move on to the second part of login hardening, password requirements. This is where we can set the password rules for everyone on your site. We open the password requirements page under login hardening. At the top is the main switch, Enable Password Policies. We turn it on, so Ultimate Security starts enforcing our own password rules for every user on the site. Below that are quick presets. These let you fill in a set of rules with one click, using a basic, strong, or enterprise level, instead of setting every option by hand. For now, we set it to enterprise, and the settings below jump higher for enterprise grade rules. Right under that is minimum length, where we can set the number of characters a password is allowed to have. Next is require uppercase and lowercase. This means a password must mix capital and small letters. Then, require numbers, so every password needs at least one digit. After that, require special characters, so passwords must also include a symbol. Now let's continue with the advanced options, which hold 12 more settings. First is exclude characters, where you can disallow specific characters from ever being used in a password, which is helpful if certain symbols cause problems with your site or database. Here we add a few problematic characters. Next is password history. This remembers a user's last several passwords and stops them from reusing any of those old ones. This matters because if someone reuses an old password that was already exposed somewhere else, that account is still at risk. Then we set expiration period. This forces passwords to expire after a set amount of time, like 6 months or a year, so accounts do not keep the same password forever. Setting this to 0 turns expiration off completely. Right next to it, warning days controls how many days before that expiration date users start getting warned. Below is grace period, which gives users a few extra days to log in and update their password after it expires, instead of locking them out right away. Below that, email notification turns on an automatic email that tells users their password is about to expire, so they know to change it in time. Next is first login reset. When this is on, new users are forced to set their own password the first time they log in, instead of using whatever password was created for them. Then we turn on Disable Self-Service Reset. With this on, users can no longer reset their own password through the regular lost password link. Right below it, we can edit the custom reset message, changing it to a message that tells users how to contact the site admin to get their password reset. There is also a custom reset URL field, where you can point users to a dedicated contact or support page instead of just showing a plain text message. Next is Refuse Compromised Passwords. This checks every new password against Have I Been Pwned, a well-known service that tracks passwords already exposed in real data breaches. If someone tries to use a password that has shown up in a leak before, even if it looks strong, this setting blocks it. Finally, we come to Force Password Reset. This gives you a way to make every non-admin user set a brand new password that follows your rules right away. With every rule set, we click Save Changes to apply all of these password policies across the site. Now, the Force Password Reset is enabled, and clicking it opens a confirmation window. Later on in this video, we will show you how it works. For now, let's cancel it. Now let's continue to see these rules in action from a user's point of view. We go to the login page and see the general lost password link has been replaced already with our custom message. Now click on Register to open the registration form. We type in a username and an email address and then register it. WordPress confirms that registration is complete and asks the new user to check their email before logging in. Now we open our inbox. 2 emails have arrived, one confirming the new registration and one with login details. We open the login details email, and it includes a special link for the new user to set their password. Notice that this link uses the same custom login address we created earlier in this video, showing how these login hardening features work together. We copy the link and go to a page where we can create a new password. By default, it already suggests a long password that meets every rule we just set, and it shows a strong label confirming it is safe and has not shown up in any known data breach. To show what happens with a weak password, we type in something simple. Right away, almost every requirement turns red, so it is marked weak and will not be accepted. Also, it gets flagged as compromised. A message tells us this exact password has already shown up in real data breaches. This shows the Have I Been Pwned check working separately from the basic strength rules. Now, if we mark and confirm the weak password and try to save the password, it won't be granted, and showing us a message that the password does not meet the security requirement. So let's put in a new password to meet all the requirements. It is marked strong and safe. And let's save the password. Let's go back to the login page and type in the credentials to log into the user's account. And that's how the password rules and the whole registration flow all work together. Finally, we log back out, which brings us back to the login screen. Before moving on, let's see how that Force Password Reset works. We click on the Force Password Reset button. The confirmation window is asking us to type force to make sure we really want to reset every non-admin user's password. With force typed in, we confirm the Force Password Reset. Now let's see what this actually does from the user side, as we logged out earlier back at the login screen. Because we just forced a password reset for every non-admin account, the user cannot simply log back in with their old password. Instead, opening their account takes us straight to a new page that asks for a new password before they can get back in. This is the effect of forced password reset in action. It does not just warn a user, it actually blocks them from logging in until they set a new password that follows the policy. We set the new password and go back to the login page. Now we move to the third and final setting of login hardening, admin password authentication. We open this page from the login hardening menu. At the top is the main switch, Enable Administrator Password. This feature lets you choose trusted user roles that are allowed to log into the accounts of lower-level users using their own password instead of needing to know that other person's password. Below the switch is the user roles list. The administrator is already listed as trusted by default, since admins can always manage other accounts. We toggle on the switch next to Editor, marking it as a trusted role that can also use this feature. Then we save our changes. Now, we check the All Users list. The editor account we registered and tested earlier in this video is enlisted here, which is exactly the role we just marked as trusted. To test how this feature works, we head back to the login page. As an admin, we first type in the editor's username and then type in the admin's account password and click Login. So, this way the admin can log in to any lower-level users with their own password, and this way the editor user can also log in to the other lower-level users' accounts using their password. Now, we switch back to the admin account and head back to the custom login URL page one more time. We scroll down through the page to reach emergency access, the safety net we set up at the beginning of this video. As a last test, we use this deactivation link exactly the way it's meant to be used. We paste the deactivation link to a new browser tab and hit enter. And it works exactly as promised. WordPress confirms that both Ultimate Security and Ultimate Security Pro have been deactivated successfully. Even with a custom login URL, a login gate, strict password rules, and admin authentication all active at once, this one safety link is enough to step back and regain full access whenever it's needed. You can download Ultimate Security using the link in the description below. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more WordPress security videos, and we will see you in the next video.